Hi, this is David with ThinkGeo, and I wanted to show you a new utility that goes in conjunction with a new feature that we've added to MapSuite called Topology Validation. Now, many of you are familiar with different type of topology rules, such as must not overlap, or points must be contained within a polygon, or things like that. And what we've done is that we've added a lot of these topology validation rules to our API, and with that we've created this sample to help you test them, share different test cases that you think should be working a certain way, and just to visualize how the topology validation works. So here's the sample, which I pulled off of the wiki, and I wanted to go over the functionality of the sample, because I think it's intuitive, but it's good to have someone walk you through it. So what you're going to see here is a list of all the test cases that we have currently. Each one of these line items actually corresponds to a file, an XML file that has the particulars about the test case in it, as far as the lines, the error, etc. And as you can see, we'll just go ahead and move through some of these. They have all kinds of various data that we've pre-populated with it, and you're going to see that the red are errors within the test case, and all of these are showing some kind of error condition. The other thing that you can do is that at any time, like let's say this polygon must not have gaps, I can run the test case, and what it's going to do is it's going to take the errors and it's going to return them as WKT and copy them in the clipboard for me, so then I can get the WKT of what the actual error area is and what the problem with it was. The other thing I can do is I can click this to and from WKT, and what this is going to do is it's going to show me the WKT of all of these polygons. So it's showing me the WKT that makes up this test case. I can copy this, I can paste a new WKT, and it'll reflect here on the map as the test case. And over here there's a list, and in some cases there's multiple items that you need in the test case, like a covered polygon and a covering polygon, etc. And I think we can find one of those here. Yeah, so here's the first layer of polygons, and here's the second layer. You can also select a shapefile, and you can use a shapefile for one of these different layers, which is very handy when you want to test something a little bit bigger. But as you can see, we have a fairly exhaustive list in here. We can also save the cases, so if you modify them in some way, we can save them. We can save the case within the current extent. What that means is that if you pull in a shapefile, let's say, that's fairly large, and let's say that you pull in the shapefile as one of the particular layers, then you draw something on top of it, then you might not want to save all the data in the shapefile for this test case. You might just want to save just the extent that you're looking at to kind of cut down on the size that it takes to store this case. So in that case, you can click the Save Case Within Current Extent, and it'll strip away all the extra data and just save that current extent's data in the case. You can also delete a case by clicking on it and hitting delete. Up here, this is really designed for new cases. So let's say I wanted to create a new case. This is all the rules that we have, and I'm going to say lines must not intersect. So as you can see, I now have a blank map. I have just the tools that are applicable for this. So I'm just going to create something. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and save that test case. And it's going to give me the default name of the rule and then _1, and I can put some notes in here. And if you notice now, it's right here, and I can go ahead and run that test case, and it's showing me that there were 2 violations here and here. And actually, if I save that test case, I can save it again as something else. I can come back here to the first one and delete it, but it saves the errors as well. And if we look, let's see, here's the sample, and if we look in test cases data, you can see that here are all of the items that are in this list. These are all the XMLs for those. So this line must not intersect 2, We can look at the XML, and here we have the type name. This is to what validation rule to load. Just the unique ID, the name, the description, the WKT of all of our inputs, the output, which is actually the errors. So what's nice about that is that you can go through, and if you wanted to share a case where you don't think is working correctly, you can send us the XML, we can throw it in here and do it. Or if you just wanted to visualize or play around with some data, this is really nice for that as well. So to actually, there's one other thing actually before we get to that. You notice that there are two polygons here, and that's because in some cases you have a polygon and a covered polygon, and so when you want to create the new case, you need to build one set of polygons as the base and the other one as the covering polygon. You also have the same thing with lines as well. So hopefully we've turned on and off the right tools so that when you create your case it's fairly simple. Let's take a look at the code. We're not going to actually walk through the code of the whole topology validation application. But what I do want to show you is how you would just call these APIs. So if you're not interested in the end user tool for this, if you just wanted to call it programmatically, you would reference the core because it's in there, and you would use the static class Topology Validator dot, and then here are all of the rules. So lines, endpoints must be covered by points, and so all of the APIs at this point take features. So we're going to expand that out, but this is just our initial launch of this. And of course, this is in beta, so I mean the APIs could change, even though I'm pretty sure the APIs that have the features are pretty solid. And so you just call them like this. So as always, we're interested in feedback. Let us know if there's different cases that you're interested in, or what we can do to improve the quality of this, or the ease of use for the application. Thanks a lot.